This Use a Plane is brought to you by...
Everyone's looking for more space.
How many pairs of shoes do you need?
Closet space.
Circle again, I think I see one.
Parking space.
And that is how Pythagoras' theorem works, understand?
Even headspace. But when it comes to data storage, MyCloud from Lime has plenty of room for you. Upgrade to a Lime data plan of 500 megs or more and get 3 gigs of MyCloud data storage free. It's great for storing photos, music, and much more. So don't delete it. Store it on MyCloud from Lime. It's the only space to be.
Upgrade to Lime!
This is the Barbados Today Evening Update for Friday, January 16, 2015. I'm Carol Williams. Good evening. Government has been put on notice. Opposition Senator Wilfred Abrams today warned that there will be constitutional challenges to the Amended Evidence Act that was approved in the Senate early this afternoon. Senator Abrams raised strong objections to the amendment, saying it will impact an accused person's right to silence. He was engaged in an intense back-and-forth debate with leader of government business in the Senate, Maxine McLean, and Dr. Esther Bayer, both of whom challenged his arguments. Senator Abrams maintains, however, that the amendment will have far-reaching implications.
It makes no sense. And to hear those on the other side say that nothing is going to change, we're still protecting the right to silence, this is not a departure from what obtains now, that is completely erroneous. I am not saying they're misleading anybody, they're presenting their side. But once again, I have no, well, let me not swear on that one. I would be very surprised if anybody on that side has ever found themselves in the custody police. If anyone on that side has ever had to defend themselves in a court, the perspective would be a lot different then.
But Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite disagrees. He told journalists that a person's right to silence will be protected.
We didn't just come up out of the blue and say, well, this is what we want to do. We looked at the case law, we looked at our own law, we looked at our constitution to ensure that, in fact, that the provision does not in any way abrogate the constitution. It certainly does not abrogate the individual's right to silence. Like everything else, however, as I said to Andrew Pilgrim a couple of days ago, I said, Andrew, if you truly do not believe this, if you truly believe what you're saying, then we'll do what we normally do. We'll test it in court.
The Attorney General was speaking on the sidelines of this morning's official opening of the new offices of the National Council on Substance Abuse. During the ceremony, he announced that the Drug Treatment Court held its first sitting on Wednesday with 12 participants. The Attorney General said he is confident the court will help address some of the root causes of crime in the country.
I'm very happy, Ambassador McBurney, like you and like all of us, that in fact that we've reached a stage where we can intervene to prevent individuals from coming into our prison system, and hopefully it is early days yet with the Drug Treatment Court, but we are optimistic. In fact, I am optimistic. And indeed, if the kind of enthusiasm and hard work that's gone on over the last 2 years is symptomatic of the commitment that all of us have, then I think we are on to a good thing.
Police are seeking to locate a 31-year-old man who went missing 2 days ago. He is Sidney Alpha Halford of 3rd Avenue, Licorice Village, My Lord's Hill, St. Michael. Lawmen say he left home about 7:15 in the morning to go to nearby Bell Gully, St. Michael, but has not been seen since. At the time, he was wearing a green T-shirt and denim long pants. Halford is about 5 feet 7 inches tall, has a slim build and of dark complexion. He has a dreadlocks hairstyle and a beard and tattoos on his neck, chest, back and forearm. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact police emergency number 211 or the nearest police station. In sports, South Africa beat West Indies by 61 runs under the Duckworth-Lewis method in the opening one-day international of the 5-match series at Kingsmead today. Hashim Amla became the first South African batsman to reach 5,000 ODI runs in a runner ball 66 in his 101st innings and set South Africa up to take the series lead. West Indies' target was adjusted to a 229 off 33 overs and then 226 off 32 overs when rain returned again. But they were only in with a chance of chasing it when Chris Gayle was at the crease. He plundered 41 runs off 24 balls, but his high-risk style of play left him vulnerable to an early dismissal. He was finally caught by A.B. de Villiers at the wicket of fast bowler Dale Steyn. When it came in the sixth over, it sparked a top-order collapse of 4 for 38, which gave way to a low-order folding of 6 for 46, as none of the West Indies batsmen made any impression. The second ODI is on Sunday.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Be at the Naniki Barbados Music Festival January 15, 17, and 18, featuring Denise Jana, David Rudder, and Maxi Priest. Be at the Frank Cullimer Hall January 15th as Denise Jana presents Ella, a tribute to jazz legend Ella Fitzgerald. Then on January 17th, Maxi Priest takes over Holders, and David Rudder unites the Caribbean on January 18th on the lush grounds of Naniki. Other featured acts include Debbie Reefer, Nikita and C4, Albert Olton, and Biggie Irie. Tickets are $80 general, $250 VIP. Visit any TicketPal outlet or nanikimusic.com. The Naniki Barbados Music Festival is brought to you by JetBlue, DV South Winds, Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., The Sandpiper, Settlers Beach, and TicketPal.
In the region, new travel and trade rules are now in effect between Cuba and the United States. The move, which follows last month's agreement to re-establish ties severed since 1961, means that Americans can now use credit cards in Cuba and U.S. businesses can export some technologies. Americans will also be able to take home up to $100 US in alcohol and tobacco from Cuba. More in this report.
Well, I think that the Cuban economy needs all the help it can get, and certainly the Cuban government will take the steps it can to absorb the travelers. But I think that what's more important and what's the focus, frankly, of the policies the president put into place is that they are specifically directed to help empower the Cuban people. The 500,000 entrepreneurs who have grown over the last few years to increase the contacts through the flow of people, the flow of information, and the flow of resources.
And over now to Dominica, where public sector workers have accepted a 5% salary increase. The agreement was reached today between the Dominica Public Service Union and the government for the 2012 to 2015 period. The two sides are now expected to begin negotiations on non-salary matters on July 1st for the 2015 to 2018 period. On the international scene, the Belgian government is urging residents not to panic after 5 people were charged with participating in the activities of a terrorist group. This followed a series of anti-terror raids that began yesterday evening and left 2 suspects dead. Officials have warned of an imminent threat from suspected jihadists to kill police officers. Belgian Prime Minister Charles Michel said his government will take measures to ensure the safety of civilians.
We have no knowledge of any precise and concrete attack against. Yes, there is vigilance and care and prudence in place, but we would like to appeal that there shouldn't be any panic. We plan to take measures. We know that.
And finally, the U.S. Supreme Court will rule this year on whether gay couples have a right to marry across all states. In a brief order, the court said it will hear cases about marriage bans upheld by an appeal in a number of states. The case will be argued in April, and the decision is expected by late June. The court previously struck down a U.S. law preventing federal recognition of marriages in states that allowed same-sex unions. 36 states and the District of Columbia now issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples. And that brings us to the end of our Barbados Today evening update, but you can join us again on Monday at 7. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Carol Williams. Have a great weekend.
This news update is brought to you by...
Everyone's looking for more space.
How many pairs of shoes do you need?
Closet space.
Circle again, I think I see one.
Parking space.
And that is how Pythagoras' theorem works. Understand?
Even headspace. But when it comes to data storage, MyCloud from Lime has plenty of room for you. Upgrade to a Lime data plan of 500 megs or more and get 3 gigs of MyCloud data storage free. It's great for storing photos, music, and much more. So don't delete it. Store it on MyCloud from Lime. It's the only space to be.